Okay, so let's make us able to grab these things when we build it to the Quest. So the first things we need to do is, well, right now you don't have any hands or anything to grab things with if you were to run this right now. So I went into OVR player controller, I opened the camera rig, I opened the tracking space, and you see these left and right hand anchors. So I need to open these, and I'm going to put two children of these, not of the controller anchors. And so in your Oculus assets, you'll find sample framework. In sample framework, there's core, and then there's custom hands. You also saw distance hands. We could always use those. But if I click on one and just look, this is the left one, right? So I'm going to drag that as a child of the hand anchor, right? It shouldn't be a child of this controller anchor. This is the right hand, right? So we're going to go ahead and drag that into the right hand anchor. And now we need to set some settings. So if we look over here in its properties, and I'm just to start with the left one, you'll see that we have this grab begin, and we can kind of set how grabby it is, I guess is kind of the best way to put it. Or is that the time? I'm not really exactly sure what that is. But we should look at controllers here. Well, what movement or what makes it do it? L touch is just the left controller trigger button that's on the side. I think we can just leave it as that one. But we need to set these two things, the parent transform and the player. So the parent transform is going to be this left hand anchor. So I'm just going to grab that and put it in there. The player is our OVR player controller, and I'll throw that right there. Now I need to do the exact same thing for the custom right hand. So I have the player controller as the player and the right hand anchor as my parent transform. And of course we're just going to leave it at the right hand touch button, the trigger button. So that's great. Now we have hands, and those hands have this grabber script, and so are able to pick up things, but we need to mark things that are grabbable. So I'm going to grab these cubes, right? I'll just close this. I'll actually just shift click to get all three, because why put it on individually? And you need three things to make something grabbable. First, they have to have colliders. So here we are. Since these are natural, regular 3D objects, they already have the colliders built on. We need to add another thing. We need to add a rigid body, right? So that they have some weight and mass and stuff. And I'll just leave it as the default, because who cares? And the last thing we need to do is add the grabbable script. So I'm going to type grabbable. And you should see this OVR grabbable that's part of the Oculus integration. And right, this will go ahead and make it grabbable.